a chair. Some might say that Alison did tarry before deciding that she should marry. She has a loving man called Gary, who now has got a wee father-in-law called Harry. They'll be happy as husband and wife. The three fine boys they've given life. Jamie, Callum and Ryan just made it. Sailing close to the wind, they certainly played it. To tell what Alison means to me, to Liz and all our family would take some time. Too long, I fear. I'd end up with no one left in here. She came to us in '85. We waited so long for her to arrive. She looked at me with a smile so sweet. I knew then that my life was complete. A wondrous child she was, so bright, hardly ever kept us up at night. Apart from the odd disgusting nappy, she made us all so very happy. Before too long she learned to walk. Not long after, she learned to talk. A skill at which all women excel, which to this day she still does very well. Scarborough, Tenby, Melrose, Ayr, lots of other places we went there. Caravan breaks, which were such fun. There always seemed to be lots of sun. There are many more things that I could mention, but I feel that you might lose attention. Suffice it to say that times were good. We tried our best, as we thought we should. Soon it was her time for school. It was clear to us she'd be no fool. If she was, there would be a rammy, because her very first teacher was a mammy. It was Mrs. Watson while she was in class, but Mummy at home. What a clever wee lass. The primary years they quickly passed, then on to secondary school at last. In between times, Bulgaria, the States, Menorca, canals with the huge lock gates. Times to remember with family and friends. We should all make the most of the time that God sends. Teenage years are the hardest we know. Learn to cope with things as we grow into adulthood. Things can really get quite rough. This growing up thing can be so very tough. In the fullness of time, the years eased their strain and things began to get better again. It was good to return to the old time style. The lassie we loved was there all the while. We got to the flat in old Motherwell. After some time in Bathgate, that really was hell. A crook of a landlady. Where is she now? The bitch, the hussy, the thief. No, not the one. Now, in old Motherwell, Alison did stay. She was only in her flat for a day. She didn't even know the day for the bin. But it didn't take long for Gary to move in. That's when the story of things as they are began in days which so long ago seem far. This Gary, who once was so quiet and shy, used to stay in the car when Alison called by. West Hamilton Street was the next house to, this is a good one, was the next house to rent her, right in the middle of Motherwell town centre. Handy for trains and buses for you. The library, the post office, the bank, and the loo. Alison and Gary lived there together through sun and rain and all kinds of weather. They might have still been there now, well, maybe, but then came the news, we're having a baby. The flat would now be far too small for Mom and Dad and Jamie and all. So the future would mean a much bigger place, with bedrooms, etc., with much more space. They found a new home in Ettrick Street. Cool nest, of course, where lives the elite. And this would give them room to expand. If there have many men who form a brass band. They've done so much to the house since then, with Gary's skills and Alison's. When? Gary still has some jobs pending. He's very good at starting, but no good at ending. Callum and now Ryan are part of the scene, the three handsomest boys I ever have seen. For them, we thank you from the depths of our heart. Don't know what we'd do if we were ever apart. Gary, my friend, I know you well. For a long time I've thought of you as family. And tell all of you here that I'm so pleased to say that you even went to first part with me one day. Just about there. To both of you, I pray that your dreams will come true. It will never be easy, but one thing's for sure. Keep loving each other and you'll have a great chance that your life together will always advance. Through good times and bad, you must all stick together. Your three boys will need you. Believe you, I'm no better. If ever the times they prove to be bad, remember, you've always got your mum and dad. There are so many others I'm sure feel the same. Alison, David, Lauren, to name but a few. And there's Fraser, who I'm sure, just like me, is bursting with pride with his grandsons 3. When your wee lassie gets married, they say, you're losing a daughter. I don't see it that way. I'd rather say I'm gaining a son who'll look after my lassie and bring her much fun. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it, I vow. You've been very patient, so I ask you now to charge your glasses and toast with me, Mr. and Mrs. Hoey and family. Mr. and Mrs. Hoey. Thank you.
Would you like to join me in wishing Gary to want to be speech? He's a short piece, he's not nervous. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to give Gary a big round of applause.
Take a breath.
First of all, I'd like to say good afternoon and thanks for coming.
Come on, Gary, you can do it.
Well, I'd like to thank you on behalf of me and my wife. I would like to thank you for accepting our invitation to be here on a special day and sharing his gifts and good wishes. I know. I know that this wedding doesn't quite follow the traditional sequences of events, but as usual for Alison and I, we don't do things very normal. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank to offer some sincere thanks, firstly to our parents for helping us through all this, and Tom and Nancy, and Alison's godparents for again witnesses. Sincerely thanks also for string quartet. Peter, Angela, Sally and Anne, obviously that I'm here. Is Anne here? Thank you. Thanks to my father-in-law Harry, composing and arranging the music for today. A very special thanks to Jamie and Callum, who carried out the jobs as well. I'd like to thank Harry and Liz as well for the help on the music. I'd like to thank John for all your help. Ladies, right? I don't know what else to say. Thanks for coming. Folks, it's time for the food.